Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am going to be channeling a reading for the Twin Flame Collective. So I'm starting by shuffling the Energy Oracle cards deck today, and I'm going to go ahead and pull a few cards to get us started here. While I'm shuffling, if you would like me to channel a specific message for you and for your situation, be sure to like this video and also double check that you are subscribed, because by taking these two actions, by liking and subscribing, this actually allows me to more easily pick up on your energy, and therefore it's easier for me to channel a message for you. So right away, I have two cards coming out of the deck, and I'm feeling guided to go ahead and speak to those cards first. So the sixth chakra in the reverse position came out actually on the root chakra. So because the sixth chakra is the third eye and connects with our intuition, I feel that someone could be feeling a bit intuitively blocked, or as though they're having trouble accessing their own intuition, leading to feelings of, I'm hearing, emotional instability or insecurity within themselves. I hear someone literally saying like, I don't know what to do here, or I don't know what to think about this situation or connection with this person. Take it as it resonates. And I also feel that message will not necessarily connect with everyone. I do feel guided actually to read a little bit from the guidebook here as well, because I feel there's a channeled message in here also. And the guidebook says, this card admonishes you to get clear. You may have been lost in confusion and had unclear or distorted thinking. And the term mental chaos from the guidebook is really standing out to me as well. I'm hearing that whoever I'm connecting with here is really being guided to, with the thinking man reversed on the third eye, to release their concepts of limitation, either in their life or in their love connections, and to truly create a clear vision about what they want for themselves. And there's some emphasis here on it being your vision and not someone else's or what someone else wants for you. I'm also hearing right now is a time of increased manifestation power for you. It's like you almost have this magic at your fingertips, but what it requires of you is a concentrated focus, meaning that you are really being guided to create a clear vision, to really ask yourself that question, what would I want if there were no restrictions and limitations? Man holding a heart upright, I hear a divine masculine energy coming forward with an open heart, and sooner than you think. I'm also picking up on that because I feel there's a divine feminine listening who would potentially be surprised to know that this masculine is stepping forward open-hearted at this time. Yeah, the woman holding a coin in the reverse position. So very often this card speaks to karmic cycles, patterns, or situations. So it's very positive that this card is coming out reversed for this open-hearted masculine energy that is forward moving at this time, because it speaks to this masculine having let go of or released these karmic energies, or in the process of releasing them from his energy fields. So let's hear a little bit from this masculine. What does this masculine want to say here? What would this masculine say if he could say anything? I wish things could be different. So I'm picking up on a masculine who is unhappy with his current life or circumstances. If this is a life that doesn't directly involve his divine feminine counterpart or has some kind of separation with her contained in it. Really what I hear from this I wish things could be different card is divine feminine, I wish that things could be different between us. I knew exactly what I was doing is the next card to come out here. So I feel this elements of self-accountability coming out for this masculine. And surrender to the divine, full moon. Surrendering to the divine inevitability of this connection is really what I'm picking up from this masculine. It's this feeling of, I tried to resist this surrender to you, divine feminine, and to our love, to this connection in the past because I was afraid. But now I am surrendering to the connection that my soul knows and feels and cannot let go of. Time to breathe out and a time to give rather than take. So interestingly, this a time to give rather than take card contains an image on it that reminds me of the other card, the Gemini card, which is the sign of the twins. And of course, this makes me think of twin flames. So specifically, I'm seeing one counterpart here stepping into this forward movement action mode in connection with this twin flame connection, choosing to give more of themselves by opening their hearts to this connection. But there's something here about being more active, more forward moving in the 3D physical world. And I'm getting a lot of really strong divine masculine energy from this dynamic also. I feel there's a divine masculine here who is being pressed forward or pushed forward by his own unhappiness with the idea of a life without his divine feminine to make more strong movement forward within this connection. So let's see if we can get any other cards about what this masculine wants to say here. I feel like I don't know who I am anymore. I also heard I don't know who I am without you. So there could be a masculine going through a very intense ego death experience. But I do sense for many of the masculines I'm picking up on here, this ego death comes in connection with some kind of 3D separation from their divine feminine twin flame counterpart. And there's almost this feeling of I don't know who I am without you, because I feel I could be picking up on a divine masculine who used to be in a state of actually being closer in the 3D, either communication-wise or physically, with his divine feminine counterpart. And I feel that in that state of being 3D closer to the divine feminine, he was almost able to use her as a proxy for his own sense of self or his own spirituality. I'm hearing emotionally disconnected. So there could have been a masculine who was really disconnected from his emotions, but he was almost able to use the presence of his divine feminine in the past as this way to kind of bridge those gaps within his own self, within his own emotional self-reconnection. But now what I see is without you, divine feminine, I feel as though I've lost part of myself because I was never pushed to connect with myself. And there's this feeling of now I'm going through this. I'm hearing the word hopeless, like at times this masculine feels really hopeless because of this ego death experience. And victory in the reverse is coming out here. Door to personal healing and happiness in the reverse position as well. Can I get a clarifying card for this? Oh, okay. So contract in the upright position. Trying to see a way out is what I'm getting from this masculine. A longing to break free. So earlier I pulled the woman holding a coin in the reverse position, and I said it was like this masculine was stepping forward with an open heart and had released these karmic patterns or situations. And what I almost said there, but I don't believe I did say, is that I felt this release at this point for this masculine has taken place emotionally and energetically. It's like he has been cut off emotionally from this person or situation. He no longer feels a draw to them, a pull to them, whether it's a karmic cycle, a pattern, a situation. I do see for some masculines, this is a karmic relationship with a person, but that won't be for everyone. But with this card contract coming out in the upright position, what I'm really feeling is, although this masculine has been emotionally and energetically detached, broken free from this karmic situation or cycle or pattern, whatever it is, there's still this feeling of physically in the 3D, now that I've been emotionally and energetically disconnected from this, it's almost like physically transplant myself to a different place or away from it. It's kind of a strange energy of having let go of something energetically, but as we know, the physical must follow the energy. So things always happen in the energy realm first, and then the energy follows, or the physical follows after. So I feel that for this masculine, I'm hearing a divine detachment from whatever karmic cycles, patterns, or situations could have kept them from speaking up about you, Divine Feminine, or deepening or opening or being more transparent in their communication with you. With all tied up reversed, I'm getting this breaking free energy, but specifically around communication. So for some of you in the past, there could have been some karmic relationship or person that kept this masculine holding back his true feelings or emotions, or not feeling like he could fully express himself and how he felt, even to himself, let alone to you, Divine Feminine. For others of you, though, this was more of an emotional pattern within this masculine. It was a fear of being fully open and vulnerable that prevented him from fully, I'm hearing, telling you how he felt. It's like he just assumed, Divine Feminine, oh, she already knows. She knows how I feel about her. She knows my thoughts and feelings about this connection. But I see the Divine Feminine on the other side of that, really longing for this more concrete communication from the masculine, this confirmation in words of how he really feels and what's going on with him. And in the past, because of this fear of being that emotionally transparent, this masculine, I'm hearing, left it at a silent, shared knowing without confirming it with his words. This won't apply perfectly to everyone, but for some listening, I'm getting this energy of a masculine who it's almost like his inner self is saying here, Divine Feminine, we both know what this is. We have a shared mutual knowing of what we mean to each other and what this connection means to us. But then it was frustrating for the feminine because this wasn't being fully put into words. It wasn't fully being vocalized. But what I see here is a very positive shift within the masculine, a kind of energetic breaking free that is now allowing him to, I just keep hearing to speak out, to speak up, to be clear. And now I'm seeing this really powerful mirroring effect, because earlier we spoke on the Divine Feminine's necessity, how she's being called to clarify her vision for herself and her life. And now we're seeing that with the masculine, he's being called to reconnect with his inner Divine Feminine self and to do the same, but more so facing the twin flame connection specifically, just as the Divine Feminine is being called to really clarify her goals, her dreams, her vision, what she wants out of her life, and to know that she has the power to consciously create anything in her life. The masculine similarly is being called to be clear about what he wants from this twin flame physically manifested connection, and to be clear about what he feels and about what he wants. So the goddess of the moon upright is coming out here, and this speaks to a Divine Feminine continuing to rise in her power, which has been this beautiful and yet at times painful, I'm hearing, growing pains, spiritual growing pains. For the Divine Feminine, this has been happening very intensely, especially within the last year. And of course, the card Earth School comes out here. learning to be human, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. And activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're being led. I picked up on this energy from some divine feminine and of course, double mission sitting on the crown chakra. I often associate this card because it does have the word double, indicating two, like two twin flame counterparts. So I think of this card as referencing twin flame soul mission. And I feel that divine feminine, whether you realize it or not, you've already been activated to this so-called double mission, this twin flame mission here on earth. I do feel that there's something about unconscious activation to this mission here. I almost feel as though this divine feminine doesn't realize that whatever passion she's living, whatever soul purpose she's following, the choices she's making to support herself and to grow herself at this time, she doesn't fully realize that they're actually directly connected to her twin flame mission, so to speak, as well. And also I see her really strongly energetically working with the masculine energy at this time. And what I mean by that is oftentimes we think of the so-called masculine or feminine twin flame as simply this external physical being. But the truth is these energies are equally within each of us as well. So this divine feminine is working with her inner masculine, drawing upon her twin flame masculine counterpart's energy to support herself, to create structure around her goals and dreams, to take forward moving action steps with confidence. And the beautiful thing is, this is actually activating and catalyzing her divine masculine twin flame to do the same within his own life, but in regards more so to his emotional side and to what we think of as the twin flame relationship, those physically manifested aspects of our twin flame connection. And what I mean by this is the masculine, just as the feminine is being called to support herself and to move forward on her goals and dreams in life, the masculine is being called to really deeply reconnect with his own emotions, clarify his vision for what he wants for the future of his relationships and connections, including his connection with the divine feminine, and to begin being more bold about forward movements in regards to this twin flame connection and the divine feminine counterpart. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. I heard planning period. So I see someone drawing plans. I heard architect. So someone here could be an architect, but this also could be metaphoric, as in you are the architect. I'm also hearing the word green. So this color may be significant to someone, or it even could be a last name here also. Take time to breathe out. So combining these cards, your dreams need a practical plan with take time to breathe out. It's like this balancing act taking place here for you, divine feminine. And the balance is between needing to fully clarify what you desire to create, attract, or manifest in your life, knowing that you have the power to consciously create anything in your life. You're really being called to solidify your knowing of that power, but also to take time to breathe out, to meditate, to clear your energy, to relax, and to care for your physical vessel that is supporting you through this spiritual mission, not to overwork or push yourself, because those patterns of overworking and burnouts are very matrix-oriented patterns, and part of what we are actually here to break away from that need to overextend and over self-sacrifice ourselves, and to shift into effortless manifestation, to shift into becoming magnetic for our desires. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. I heard that your path is sacred. Your path is protected, specifically your path in regards to love and romance. And I feel this message applying very specifically to a divine feminine here. So I am going to reshuffle some of the cards. and see if I can channel more information on this beautiful yet somewhat abstract, complex message coming through here about your path being protected, Divine Feminine. So what does this Divine Feminine need to know about her path being protected? Sorry, my microphone got a little shaken up there for a second. This might represent also some kind of intense energies being processed through for this Divine Feminine at this time. With door to personal healing and happiness in the reverse, right away I'm getting this message of, for the Divine Feminine I'm connecting with, there may be this feeling that you and I, Divine Masculine, are healing or growing separately. There's this concept of 3D separation from many twins I'm channeling here. But Spirit wants you to know that this concept of individuality between yourself and your twin is an illusion. You aren't healing separately, even if you are separated in the 3D physical sense of the word, but you are actually intertwined with one another. You are catalyzing and speeding up and opening the way for each other's growth, limitless growth. The thinking woman in the reverse position, surrender your ego-based mind to the divine, specifically your need to, once again, I'm getting that message of, with appreciation reverse, this woman's holding a rose and I heard stop to smell the roses. I once again feel that I'm getting a reiteration of that message for you, Divine Feminine, of not pushing yourself too hard, not overworking or overextending yourself for anything, even your most deeply held soul desires, because these things are already preordained for you at the divine level, at the soul level. They are planned for you on your soul path, but you're really being asked to shift away from that need to control and that need to overplan or to overextend yourself, to shift from that mindset into appreciation for the present moment, living in the present, taking time to rest, to nourish yourself. I'm seeing also for some of you, quite simply just making lists of things that you love or that you're grateful about yourself, your life, your love connections, other people in your life, your appreciation, your positive focus in anything, in any area of your life, creates this kind of magnetic field around you, Divine Feminine, that really assists you in attracting in what you desire. And with the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra upright, so right away I'm picking up this energy of a Divine Feminine being really spiritually prepared for greater levels of, I'm hearing earthly confidence, so confidence in the 3D physical world, whether it's in connection with a career, with communicating with other people in the physical, with some kind of physically manifested life purpose or soul path. There's something very 3D about this confidence that you are being risen to, Divine Feminine. And I use that wording very specifically because I feel that there is this kind of spiritual activation to higher levels of confidence taking place within you that could actually be affecting you in ways that at times may feel confusing or even be labeled as negative by your ego. And that's why it's coming up here to clarify for whoever I'm speaking to. Because I feel at times this person has felt this kind of intensity in their energy field or felt themselves, I'm hearing you may have had bouts of anxiety or panic recently or feelings of intense fear or uncertainty, or just I'm hearing someone may have felt dizziness or lightheadedness. And I'm hearing that what's really going on is you are being radically shifted onto higher timelines for yourself. And sometimes when we shift from one so-called reality or timeline up to a different level of consciousness, putting us on an entirely different timeline, we can feel some temporary negative effects of that very positive shift. So you are being guided to be very much aware of that, Divine Feminine. And I would be happy to speak more on these signs you're shifting into a so-called parallel reality or a higher timeline. And I'm laughing because as I was saying that, the yin yang card, the number one twin flame card in the deck, came out in the upright position. So this higher timeline you are being shifted onto, Divine Feminine. By the way, the number 25 or 15 may be significant to someone, but this higher timeline you're being shifted onto is not only increasing your level of 3D confidence in yourself or in this physical world, which, by the way, I'm getting this very royal kind of queen-like essence or energy from you, or this new timeline you're being raised to. I see people around you literally being in awe of you. And I'm hearing this line, at first they thought you were crazy, and now they are awestruck by your power to create or attract what you want. And I feel like that is one way, Divine Feminine, you're being shifted. You're being shifted from this timeline where you may have felt downtrodden, where you may have felt this kind of confused, chaotic, ungrounded energy, where you had these really powerful, beautiful spiritual gifts planted within you with no clue how to really manifest them and bring them into being in the physical world, where they were just visions, and people may have not been able to see your vision and even thought that you were crazy for believing in these things. But now you are being risen divinely onto this higher timeline, I'm hearing pulled onto a higher timeline where those gifts are beginning to bring themselves more into physical form, where you are going to be able to effortlessly attract in the physical what you desire. But also I see this aligning of you with your divine masculine counterpart, whatever that means for you personally. I'm hearing you're being aligned not only with your highest life path, but also with your reunion timeline as well. I just got this like butterflies in my stomach feeling of excitement here for you as well. And I do feel that this is a very exciting time for you. And a lot of this is being given to you intuitively as well. This information I'm sharing with you, if it does resonate, it resonates not because it's new information, but because it's a confirmation of something your soul has been trying to tell you, Divine Feminine, that you are being pulled onto this higher timeline, that things are aligning for you, coming together with you, including but not limited to your twin flame reunion. But of course, also in connection with your life purpose, your life path, finances, whatever you're trying to create or attract. I see it all coming. It's like this ball of like fire or something, just like a meteor flying into your atmosphere, into your life, except it's extremely positive. I feel as though you may have this kind of breakthrough moment very soon if you haven't had it already. And again, you may already sense it coming. And part of it for you may be this persistent feeling that something big is about to happen or change in your life. And listen to those feelings, because that is your soul's intuition trying to communicate with you. Yeah, and with Healer of the Ages upright and Community reversed, I'm hearing that two other signs for you, Divine Feminine, that you're shifting onto this higher timeline is that you may feel this healing of your inner masculine energy. And for some of you, there may be a disconnect in communication between you and your physical masculine counterpart. But know that their heart is opening with fourth chakra in the upright position. Their heart is healing, and the way you can confirm to yourself if you are in a period of separation of some kind from your divine masculine, or if you are connected and in communication, but you don't know how to tell whether they are shifting, whether they are healing. If they are your true twin flame, simply look within yourself, see the ways in which your inner masculine has been awakening, has been healing, the ways in which, for example, signs of healing your inner masculine are signs like you are becoming naturally more confident about speaking your mind to others. You are protecting your space, your energy. You are really supporting yourself and showing up for yourself in real-time kinds of ways, in real-time acts of self-support. And that is your sign that your external divine masculine is healing and awakening as well, because they aren't external from you in the spiritual sense. They are the inner masculine within you that is coming into balance. Wow, very powerful messages coming through. A lot of these ended up being directed specifically towards you, Divine Feminine, if you are the Divine Feminine listening. So I really hope that some message reached you at this time. And if it did, make sure you leave me a comment under this video and let me know, because one of my favorite parts about having our beautiful YouTube community here is being able to connect with one another in the comments section. And of course, Sacred Convergence, the 11 card coming out right at the end of this reading. I always read this card as saying sacred union, the divine coming together of or really the two souls that were always destined for one another, the rising of your soul and theirs, because you are intertwined onto this highest timeline through which you will effortlessly begin to connect more with one another as well. I just see two people like holding hands, walking off into the sunset, but the sunset represents whatever your vision of reunion is between yourself and this person. So I am going to close this first reading here on YouTube with a message from the Rumi Oracle Guidebook about this Sacred Convergence card. But if these messages have been connecting with you personally, be sure to explore the extended version of this reading, which we will be heading over to Patreon to channel next after we finish this video. And I will be leaving the link to that extended reading in the pinned comment and description box, as well as a list of things that came up in that reading that will give you an idea of what kinds of messages we will be channeling through it. So again, all of those extended messages and that extended reading are available in the pinned comment and description box under this video. So the Sacred Convergence card says, Sacred Convergence indicates a coming together of souls in alignments with a greater cause. This greater cause is both personal and impersonal. There is an aspect of joining together for common purpose, although that purpose may not be immediately obvious at a level of day-to-day consciousness. That common soul purpose may be to lift each other into greater self-love and self-belief, to shed fear and open the hearts, filling each individual soul with more holy fire for its passionate, personal purpose. And the guidebook also says, this oracle comes with a special message. Perhaps you have been thinking about shedding lower vibrational connections based in the ego world of power games, sabotage, manipulation, and fear. Perhaps you have already begun the process, or even shed so many you are fearing you might have over-pruned to be left with nothing and no one. Do not fear. Angel of love, your truth is prevailing. You cannot stay in a vibration of fear if you want to dwell in a vibration of love. Wow, really beautiful messages from the guidebook and really from this whole reading. Although I know we didn't get into as much divine masculine versus divine feminine messages in this reading, but we will be channeling all of that as well as more details and information in the extended version of the reading, which again, more information on the extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. I hope you have a truly beautiful, wonderful rest of your day and weekends, and I will talk to you again in Monday's Twin Flame reading.